The quiet village of Elmsworth, nestled between rolling hills and golden fields, life was simple but hard. The villagers toiled under the sun, their hands calloused and their spirits weary. Yet, their greatest burden was not the land, but a man, Silas Crow. Silas was a figure of dread, his presence casting a long shadow over the village, and his silk doda swayed with every deliberate step. But beneath the opulence lay a heart as cold as the stones in his rings. Silas was cruel, his sharp, aggressive eyes always scanning for weakness, his voice a low growl that sent shivers down spines. He bullied the farmers, seized their crops, and poisoned their wells, all while sneering at their pleas for mercy. The villagers endured his tyranny in silence, their fear outweighing their anger. But one day, their patience snapped. Gathering in the dim light of dusk, they decided to seek the wisdom of Elder One, a recluse who lived in the hills. The old man was known for his quiet strength and uncanny insight, and the villagers hoped he could offer a solution. Elder One listened to their woes, his eyes closed in deep thought. When they finished, he spoke softly, his voice like the rustle of leaves in the wind. "The thorn can be plucked without bloodshed," he said. "Tomorrow, when Silas walks the streets, ask him no questions of his deeds, but of his health." The villagers exchanged puzzled glances, but trusted the elder's wisdom. The next morning, as Silas strutted through the village square, his boots thudding against the cobblestones, the weaver was the first to approach him. "Master Crow," she said, her voice dripping with feigned concern, "are you unwell? Your face looks pale." Silas scowled, brushing her off. "Nonsense!" he barked. But as he walked on, the blacksmith called out, "Sir, your hands, do they tremble?" A child chimed in, "Your brow is feverish." At first, Silas dismissed their words, but the questions kept coming, each one planting a seed of doubt in his mind. By the time he reached his mansion, his confidence had begun to waver. He hurried to his grand mirror, its frame carved with intricate designs, and stared at his reflection. What he saw startled him. His cheeks seemed sallow, his eyes shadowed. Was that a tremor in his hands? The more he stared, the more the reflection warped. His face grew gaunt, his eyes hollow, his skin ashen. Panic gripped him, and he stumbled back, convinced he was dying. From that day on, Silas was a changed man. He barred his doors, refusing to eat, certain the food was poisoned. He covered the mirrors, unable to bear the sight of his deteriorating reflection. Doctors came and went, finding no ailment, but Silas's mind was his own prison. His once imposing frame withered, his aggressive eyes now filled with fear. The villagers, though pitying his downfall, reclaimed their peace. The fields flourished, the wells ran clear, and laughter returned to Elmsworth. Some said Silas's illness was born not in flesh, but in the seed of doubt Elder One had planted, a truth reflected in the mirror, that cruelty, when mirrored back, becomes its own punishment. And so, the tale of Silas Crow became a lesson whispered through the generations, a reminder that even the mightiest falter when their shadow outgrows their soul.